middle for the first thing. Now you got to turn the wheel all the way to the right. And what you're going to do is when you're backing up, you want to get off, you get it started with the clutch, and then you let it back up on its own power at its own speed and its own time. You count to 3. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. And then just as hard, quick, and fast as you can, cut it back to the left.
Alright. All the way to the left?
All the way to the left.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000.
Okay. And stop. Alright, now the way to know when you got the truck and trailer straight with each other. I don't think you got enough angle on it yet, but we'll fix that in a second. Right. If you look in that lower mirror there, okay? Your drive tires. You know where your drive tires are? Right there in the front of the trailer?
Yeah.
Or on the back of the truck, whichever way you want to look at it. When those tires are parallel with the trailer, you know you've got the truck and the trailer straight. Now, to get the wheels in the front, your steer tires straight, cut the wheel either all the way one way or the other, all the way, and then back it off 2 turns. 1, 2. Alright, now your tires should be straight. Alright, so now this is where it starts getting tricky at. This is where you got to start using this mirror over here. And you got to get it to where you can see your trailer tires barely in this mirror, and you got to see the dotted lines and the cone. And the idea is to try to get the trailer tires to come in that lane on this side of the truck about 4 dotted lines before the cone, so you got a little bit of wiggle. So go ahead and start backing up. Cut it to your left just a little bit so we can get them tires where we can see them. Oh, right there. All right, there you go. Now just kind of wiggle it a little bit, just where you can keep it there. Now the idea is to get them dotted lines right in the middle of them 2 tires on the back of the trailer. Is it right there? Now cut, no, left, other left. All the way to the left, and then down here in the lower mirror, you're looking for the skid plate. Stop. All right, can you see the skid plate here? Pull forward just a little bit. Just a touch. Don't move the wheel. Just pull forward just a little bit. All right, stop. Now you see the skid plate down there?
Yeah.
Right before that comes over them lines, and it's the exact same formula you use to get in the parallel box. Right before that gets in there, right before that skid plate comes over them dotted lines, cut it hard, quick, and fast all the way to the left. Or, I'm sorry, you're right. You do it right, you should drop it right in that lane. The key thing is you got to look at both of these mirrors. You want to be looking up here to make sure that them trailer tires are only about a foot inside the line. Okay, don't let them get more than a foot inside the line. And then that skid plate, when it gets right where it's at right now, you cut it all the way to the right and keep backing up. While you're backing up at this part of it, you look over there in that lower mirror and make sure that your drive tires don't hit the line. Stop before they do, cut it to the left, pull forward, do your pull-up to get it all straightened out and in the center of the lane. Okay? So right there, cut the wheel all the way to the right. All the way. Alright? Start backing up. Alright, now stop. Now, if you look at that, where's that? If you look at that, you really can't ask for much more than that. You didn't hit the drive tires over here, and you're only about a foot inside over here. But you do have to straighten out just a little bit. So put it in first gear, pull forward just a little bit to where you get the whole truck straight and in the center of this lane. And then do another straight back. That's pretty good. Now you back it up straight until you get the front bumper back past that line. There's a cone on the outside of the yard back there that lines up with that line. You'll be able to tell when you get the front bumper past that cone way before you'll ever see that line out in front of the truck. If you back up far enough to see the line off the front of the truck, you're going to be in another zip code. Well, maybe not quite that extreme, but you'll be about 20 feet behind the line. You don't need to go back that far. stopped. Well, okay, now you did go back far enough to where you can see that line out there in front of the truck, but you're probably 15 feet behind that line. That cone over there, or this cone over here, they line up with that line. So once you get to this point, you would set the brakes, you put it in neutral, take the seatbelt off, you get out of the truck, you walk around the front of the truck just to make sure you got it all in the lines and behind that line. You turn around, you get back in the truck, put the seatbelt on, you got to hit that horn one time. In all, you have to hit that horn 3 times. One time here, one time over in the parallel, and then one time over in the straight back. If you forget to hit that horn on at the end of any one of them exercises, you fail the test. So now that you've gotten it here, you put it back in first gear, release your brakes. This time when you pull forward, you've got to have these tires hugging that dotted line. You don't go over it, but it's got to be, right there at it. And you'll only pull forward far enough, you'll see a cone. You see that cone over there?
Yeah.
Outside of the yard where everybody's at?
Yeah.
When you get your body across from that cone, pulling up here, these tires right along this dotted line, that's where you stop at. And then we do the parallel. To have you put this on YouTube. This is actually turning out pretty good. I've got to make another video of the skills yard. I had one, but then they came out and they extended the lines off the parallel box, so I took it offline because it really wasn't pertinent at that point.
Yeah, I heard there's a pre-trip one out there, but it's a old one.
Yeah. They're always changing something on that pre-trip. Alright, the little yellow cone there. Alright, stop. Now this is in either yard. You line that cone up with your body, you might be just a little too far forward, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Now when you get to this point, cut the wheel one turn to the right. One turn, right there. And you put it in reverse. Now, here's what you're trying to do. Leave your head back. Okay. Alright, so you start backing up. The key is to turn out of this maneuver you're getting ready to do before that steer tire hits that line. Okay, at the same time you're doing that, look in that rear view mirror, you see where your tires are and that front cone?
Yeah.
You want them tires coming in about 6 feet behind that cone. If you come in there too early, like you wrap it around or you're real close to that cone, you're not going to have enough room at the end of the exercise to get the tractor in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's what you do. If you can imagine that cone, imagine a line between that cone right there where your trailer tires is at, and that dirty cone, the dirty tall one at the back of the box on the opposite side of the box. You imagine a line in between them two cones.
Okay.
And you're trying, that's the angle you got to go in there at, and you're trying to get that back corner of the trailer basically to touch that back cone on the opposite side of the box.
Okay.
All right, so start backing up. There's no specific count to this, but you might make sure that you cut back to the left before that tire hits that line. All right, cut it back. All right, give it some more. Now go back to the right, because you got to make sure you do get in there soon enough, but you don't want to wait too long. All right, that ain't too bad. That's working. All right, now straighten the whole thing out and do just like you did before. Looking in this mirror over here, get them tires in that line where you can see it. And right when that line splits them tires, you cut your hard left. And then when the skid plate gets ready to come over it, cut your hard right. Okay, so now you stop. All right, now you look in this mirror over here, you can see that the very tip of the back of the trailer is over the line.
Yeah.
You'll notice that them tires are just shy of a foot inside that line. That's very key to watch so that you get this right. You may be able to pull forward and get the very tail end of the trailer in here. You can try it. But the way to avoid that is when you're pulling into the parallel box, it is key to make sure that you get the back of that trailer as close to the center of the box as possible. You can do all kinds of adjusting with the tractor after the fact. But once you got the trailer in there, you get the tractor in here and you're all the way against one line or the other, you get back and forth in this box all day long and you will not get that trailer to move 2 inches one way or the other. There's just not enough room to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So pull forward and we'll see if we can straighten it out just enough to get it done. Alright. Now you look back here, that's awful close.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that might be just barely inside the line. With a little practice, you'll finesse it up a little bit. But you don't really want that close. But if it's test day and it looks like that, and you go out there and you walk around, you can definitely tell, even though it's close, that the tail end of the trailer is inside the box.
Yeah.
The whole thing's inside the box. It does not have to be pretty to pass. It could be cocked a little bit. It could be angled a little bit. So long as the whole truck is inside the box, without question, you'll pass. Don't get back in the truck and try to make it cosmetically perfect. Take the win now. So you do the same thing. You get it here. You always set the brakes before you put it in neutral. So you set the brakes, put it in neutral, take the seatbelt off, get out, walk around, make sure it's all inside the box. The big thing is to make sure that front bumper is back behind this line that's right in front of you. The reason for that square box in the front is if we were going to test a full-size condo, like one of the road trucks, and a 53-foot trailer, then we could test that in this yard as well. But we only have day cabs with 48-foot trailers. That's why we use just this long box. So you make sure everything's cool. You jump back up in here, put the seat belt on, honk the horn. When you honk that horn, that's kind of your final answer button. You're telling them to go ahead and grade it. If something needs to be adjusted or you're not in, don't hit that horn. Back up, pull out, take another stab at it. You know what I'm saying? So it looks pretty good for the most part. Not bad for your first time. So now you put it in reverse, back up to the line. Now once you're in the parallel box and you've hit the horn, these lines don't count. So if you hit one of these lines, no points. It's all good. No harm, no foul. So go ahead, you back it up, back up to the line. That should be good enough. Now cut a hard right, and it's almost like you're shooting towards the window on the box there. So now we got to set it up for the straight back, which is the last exercise. Now what you want to do is you want to have the trailer, the tires on this side of the truck run right along the edge of that asphalt right there. Cut it back. Run right alongside of the asphalt until in that mirror over there you can see them tires split them dotted lines, and then you'll cut it hard to the left. Right there, cut hard all the way to the left. Keep it cut to the left. Keep it cut to the left. Keep it cut to the left. Now cut it back to the right. And that should, if you did it right, put you in a pretty good position, back up straight without having to do a whole bunch of adjusting. Now you're real close to this one, this lane over here, so you don't want to cut it to the right when you back up to get the tail end of the trailer that direction a little bit. Sorry, my hand keeps getting in the way. And you can feel free to share this video with your classmates, and maybe it helps them get this thing figured out a little easier too.
So how many points in that event since I just crossed that?
2 points. You get, I think, 13 in the yard. Another cardinal mistake people make on test day is they hit a line, they realize they hit a line, and they just go right into freak out mode.
Yeah.
It's only 2 points. Just pull up, correct the problem, and go back into the exercise. You are not done until that examiner says you're done. He might be being nice and cut you a little break. But I would not put all my eggs in that basket. And like I say, as good as you did, Dad, you'll have this thing figured out in no time. Study this video a couple times over the weekend. Another thing, you can play Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Okay. Steal a truck. Grand Theft Auto 5. Steal a semi.
Yeah.
Go hook up to a trailer. Go to the airport. And you'll notice on them airports, they got lines that run in that
Yeah.
runway. And you know how you can get the different angles
Yeah.
that you can see things? And you can play around with that, and that'll help you figure this out a little bit better.
I didn't even think of that.
Sad that a 50-year-old man
That's
knows
awesome.
something about Grand Theft Auto. I'm always trying to come up with some kind of new way for this to be easier for everybody. And that's how you do the skills yard.